All right, welcome to another bright and shiny episode of Media Addict. Today, before we start the show and try to entertain, there's something serious that we need to talk about. Last week, Brad left, and currently he has not been found. No one knows what happened to him. No one knows what he did, where he went. His last place seen was here. His mom is very worried. So if you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Brad,
put it in the
please
comments.
put it in the comments. Contact us in some way.
But enough of that. We got to introduce
but
Brad number 2.
But now we got Brad number 2.
Our co-host.
Our
lot more
co-host.
pretty.
She's Bradina.
Already, I thought just Brad 2.
Brad 2. Brad 2.0.
2.0.
2.0. Already a
Better
lot
looking.
better. Not a lot of lip coming off.
A lot
her.
lighter, that's for sure.
We need to get a beard to put on her.
Hasn't interrupted us, so.
Right.
So far, on
Right.
a
So
roll.
far, there will be no poking of the bear this
So,
evening.
what's on the docket today, as you like to say?
You're up first, man.
First? Fuck. Okay.
Suicide. What?
Suspense.
I was going to bring up all the CinemaCon stuff that was announced, including a movie title that might come off as being really ridiculous, but I think it might be interesting.
And what is the movie title?
So,
I don't want any context. I just want to hear the movie title.
it might be 23. What do you think that stands for?
Oh, yeah. We looked at that.
Did you?
The Men in Black 21 Jump Street
Crossover. Yeah. I did say that to my wife, though. I said, hey, have you heard about the new...
The writers, I don't know if they directed or just wrote.
It's the writer-director
of 21 Jump Street.
For the Lord, they're just producing this one, though. Which is a little weird.
But here's the thing. They work for, what is studios that made 21 Jump Street?
God, Sony did that because it was their only profitable film.
They are the only two dudes making that company money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
well, no,
to me,
well, that's unfair. Spider-Man 2 made a lot of money.
It could be.
It was just a critical failure, which is why they...
Right, but it's dead now. It's not. There's no continuation.
Yeah,
there's always been rumors
they
of a
did.
third 21 Jump Street. Now
That's
they're talking
true.
crossover. And what they're going to do is, if they end up actually doing it, because it's all very much speculation right now. And I think Jonah Hill's the only person they have from a hacked email account saying that he'd be interested or cool with it.
Until it was announced at the cinema. Like, now it's a for sure.
Okay. So
it's more for sure.
This is what they're gonna do, and you quote me on this shit. They are going to make this movie. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna enjoy it. Jonah Hill and
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum, who I love Channing Tatum. He's cool. I find him very funny. They'll be great. And then they're gonna fucking reboot Men in Black, and you're gonna get like 3 more of those movies, which we don't need.
Do you think
All
they're gonna
doing
join the
is
Men in
fucking-
Black?
No.
How do you think the story's gonna go?
They've already been talking that Tommy Lee and like Will be possibly
Cameos
at most.
I'd be okay with Josh Brolin. He did a really good Tommy Lee Jones impersonation.
He did good.
In the third movie. But the third one fell flat. Second one I didn't care for. So they have nowhere to go but up.
Right.
So even if it sounds ridiculous at first, I'm not so against it because...
How about something new?
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's...
Why stop diving into
That
the
is
wells?
kind of new though, isn't it?
More Men in Black
Oh
movies.
no, I'm
which is
talking
different
about the
than one.
crossover. Okay.
No,
it's just going to turn into a Men in Black
Don't
movie.
We're
beat that
gonna
old
see-
horse with something new.
we're-
It's Hollywood.
We're going, and Hollywood did a pretty good job of
It's
making
all
new
money
shit.
for relativity media.
Did they? Everything that's big now are franchises.
Up until us, the consumers ruined it, and it's our fault. It's 100% our fault.
Absolutely.
We expect too much from the trailers and then bitch about too much in the trailers. So, fucking, we're idiots. And we're all guilty of it. We're all fucking guilty of it.
I still like teasers the best.
This is why a lot of times when the movie comes out that I really want to see, I try my best to not watch anything on it.
I know.
I watch like the first trailer, and that's it, because that's usually the shortest fucking trailer.
So I'm
Not
saying
me.
teaser trailers are the best. They show you just enough to get you interested and leave it at that. Surprise me in the film.
That very first Superman of Steel clip where it's just a kid in a field with a cape.
Yeah.
And some dude talking.
I
was
agree.
like, this could be pretty cool.
Man of Steel did.
Are you like mimicking me?
Those trailers, those trailers are.
Motherfucker.
There's, I really enjoyed the Man of Steel trailers. They didn't show
I
a
didn't
lot.
see any of them.
They didn't show, like, if we go back and rewatch them after this, they don't show a lot of the action or a lot of the, like, plot points.
Yeah, that's why
That's
I like
why I thought I was safe with fucking Batman vs Superman, because I'm like, well, Man of Steel, I was still so surprised. No, Man of Steel, every action scene.
It's
plot point
same
was in the
thing
movie.
though. Like I still don't think they should have put Doomsday in the goddamn trailer.
Or
that
the
should have
Wonder
been a
Woman-
complete
Or
surprise.
the Wonder Woman reveal.
Yeah,
Or
like
the
that-
Batman vs Superman
Well,
fight.
if you take away Doomsday,
No, the
you
Batman
take away
Super-
Wonder Woman from the trailer almost
Yeah,
automatically.
some of
That's
the
true.
Batman Superman fight should have been in there just to get you
A
kind
little
of
bit.
hyped up for it, just a little bit to kind of
Yeah.
tease you.
You see him
but you should
stomping
have left the
around.
Doomsday out so that when that came to be in the actual movie, you'd be like, "Holy shit, what
I'm-
the fuck?"
And like, I know no matter what we talk about, we always cycle back to Batman vs
somehow,
Superman.
yeah.
I'm trying not to talk
But
about it
I'm
at all.
still upset that they showed the whole Batman going and saving Martha fight scene, minus a couple clips. But
Some of
what
the
do you
best
feel
clips.
about the best guy that
When he
was?
fucking stabs that dude, it's so great. Go Batman, go. Go Batman, go.
How do you feel about?
I just want a 2.5-hour film where Bruce Wayne, Ben
Kills.
Affleck just murders everyone. And I just want it to be a big fuck you to all these pussy ass fans out
Yeah.
there. Batman doesn't kill. Bullshit.
R-rated
Bullshit.
Batman, him braining
Batman
people.
doesn't have
So-
guns. Bullshit. Every
Bullshit.
fucking car he has fucking machine guns on it. Go fuck yourself. He doesn't have guns.
So out of all the announcements
Sorry.
this week, we got the Spider-Man Homecoming, Zombieland 2 logo got revealed, Men in Black 23 Jump Street. They also revealed that Ben Affleck finished the script for the solo Batman movie, which I think is cool.
It's just 2.5-hour movie.
movie.
I really hope he brought Kevin Smith on
Yeah.
that, like secretly.
Yeah.
Even though, from my understanding, they don't talk a whole lot anymore.
No. I mean he's writing with Jeff Johns, which I feel like is safe. But
It's gonna be great.
oh, it's gonna be. But how do you feel? So everything that we loved from Batman and BVS was Zack Snyder's action. Can Ben Affleck? How is he with
yes.
action?
Yes.
Okay.
All you hear Ben talk about is how much he learned from Zack
He learned,
Snyder.
yeah.
So I feel
Well,
like
how much he feels like he couldn't do it too.
right, and I feel like he's way more confident with that. Not only that, but this isn't going to be CGI fucking heavy Batman.
I mean, that fight scene was pretty CGI heavy.
Yes.
You would think so.
Yes.
Well, that's what
but
I want.
You're
though.
talking about
if
armored
Ben
Batman.
Affleck's solo one, doesn't have that same fight scene that was in the warehouse to save Martha.
Yeah, that's the fight
feel,
scene you're going to see a bunch in the
That-
standalone Batman.
I hope so. I hope they bring. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't
Where
be.
he crushes people's skulls.
Yeah,
and
I
their
wouldn't
brains
be
leak out, 'cause
sad-
That's clearly what happened to that dude.
Because there's so many people that want Zack Snyder off the Justice League film, which I think is stupid. But how would you guys feel if he was announced to direct the solo Batman movie? I feel like that would be awesome.
Snyder?
Because I mean, he nailed Batman right.
I would. I want
be
to
cool with it.
I want to see Affleck direct this.
Yeah,
do.
I would really like to see
It
I
it.
would
would
be
like
more
to see
gritty
Zach.
on the
I would like to
street.
see Zach as a producer and just like kind of helping Affleck
Yeah.
along.
That, yeah.
but I want to see an Affleck
Maybe
vision
co-directing the
Batman.
action scenes. Ben Affleck with the dialogue and the street gritty drama where you don't have him fighting like crazy shit like the League of Assassins, where it's all street level like criminal stuff.
Yeah, we're done with the League of Assassins. Ben, I know you watch our podcast, obviously.
Ben,
Don't.
not to.
There better not be a fucking single League of Assassins reference, even in the movie. I don't want to see it. I don't even want to fucking. Why can't I think of his fucking name now? Liam Neeson. I don't even want him in the anywhere reference in this movie. Him as an actor or him as Ra's al Ghul at all. I'm done with the League of Assassins.
Yeah.
Done. So my favorite part about Arrow season 4 is when they just dissolve the league. Like, cool. Let's forget this aborted bastard child and move the fuck on.
Yes,
Yeah, it was a little drawn out.
a little bit. So I don't know. I'm excited. Going back to the Men in Black thing, I think it would be kind of cool because, like I said, the Men in Black franchise has nowhere to go but up. If it does fail and it fucking sucks, then 24.
You know why it has nowhere to go but up, right?
Because
it's
23
dead. It's
was kinda
over.
shitty.
Yeah.
We don't need a fucking zombie child.
I still think it could be kind of fun. And I'm even more excited if it does fail to see 24 Jump Street because that whole series is like a mockery of itself. So then you're going to get all these jokes about, hey, wasn't it weird in the last movie when we joined fucking Men in Black and we fought aliens? That was weird. Like, you're going to get so many, breaking the fourth wall references just like the second one did.
And
That's why I'm not worried about it because either it's
Deadpool
really
opened
fun.
that up, obviously,
Yeah.
in a big.
Well, no,
big
because
way.
22
Yeah.
Jump Street did the same thing, making fun
Yes.
of itself for being a sequel.
Yes,
So
in some way, in ways, yes, I
Yeah.
agree. But
Which were the best
not
jokes?
to the extent that Deadpool goes.
Well, no.
That entire movie is
Yeah.
beyond the fourth wall.
That's also where
That got
Deadpool is
announced
known
too,
for,
Deadpool
too,
2.
is
Right,
breaking
but
that.
because that movie did as well as it did and as big as it did,
Yeah, I'm sure
we're
a
gonna
lot of
see
people-
a lot of that shit. Not only that, with all the joining of universes from the superhero movies, and now MIB 23, We're going to see
Just saying that.
other studio franchises merging their worlds. It's going to happen. We're going to see more crossovers in the next 10 years than you fucking will ever have even thought
Which I'm just
possible.
happy that we live in a world where that is possible.
Yes and no. I mean, at some point, the jokes about being in each other's worlds are going to just be dull as fuck.
I don't know, man.
The same way that, like, the first, 8 superhero movies I saw, even the ones that ended up being garbage in reality, when I saw them, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is so fucking cool. And now I'm like, I saw, the first time I saw, halfway through Thor Dark World, I'm like, this movie sucks dick. This is horrible. And that wouldn't have happened if I would have seen it in, the first 5 movies I saw.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought Thor the
Spider-Man
Dark
ate up
World-
most of those, by the way.
Yeah. I thought that
That's
Thor
true.
was the second one. I thought it was pretty enjoyable for the most part.
It was better. I think it was better than the first one.
Like that scene where
to a certain extent.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know
I
you're
liked
lying.
him.
I know you're
No,
lying.
because I liked the him and Loki scenes.
No.
It was like a buddy cop thing.
It's so overdone already.
It
and
is.
we've seen
It
it
is.
in 2 films,
But
and I'm
I
already
love
sick
him.
and tired of Loki. And it's not done.
No.
It's not over, because he's fucking pretending to be fucking
Three if you
Hannibal
would.
Lecter. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
how many times, how fucking Thor is the dumbest superhero.
No, I love him. He's my favorite Avenger.
And he's not dumb.
His
in
moments
the
in the
movies,
Avengers.
he's not dumb as shit.
He's not intelligent.
That's
He's
that's
all
why I
muscle.
like.
All I said was he's the dumbest
Okay,
fucking person in the
okay,
Marvel universe right now on film. He is so fucking stupid.
Is Ant-Man
I'm just saying Tony Stark wouldn't have been fooled by Loki as many times as fucking Thor has.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
Even Aaron Rodgers was probably number 2 on that list of dum-dums.
But you-
would have fucking figured this shit out already.
But you know what though? Iron Man villains have never been any good.
That's true.
They even ruined Jeff Bridges.
They used that was the best one, and it still wasn't good.
Because
Yeah.
he was just a bigger Iron Man.
Right.
Yeah, and
you
Whiplash
killed him?
they did so. I was so
Mickey
looking
Rourke?
forward to that.
Yeah.
'Cause Mickey Rourke, I love
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke. He's a. Dude, I do. I love him as an actor. He does a great job.
Yeah, he was pretty cool back in the 80s.
I mean, all the villains
still
have been
good
casted
now,
well.
The Wrestler was great.
The wrestler was great.
But-
Wrestler.
Dude,
Domino, he
that
was great.
fucking guy.
Freddie was in
Yeah, and I forgot he was in it too because he's fucking not important, honestly. That movie's all about
Keira
Domino, and that's
Knightley-
the only thing
yeah,
you care about
yeah.
is Keira Knightley
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
movie.
No, you care about Keira Knightley.
she's
too.
working
She
for
did
him the whole
That's it.
time.
I know, but he doesn't fucking him. He doesn't fuck
He
him.
gives a whole story about his fucked up
Who
toe.
cares? Yeah, just to fill shit in. The only thing, Keira Knightley was so good in that.
She was.
I don't remember a single other person in that movie. That's how good she was in that
Keira
movie.
Knightley is freaking.
I
I,
just-
really like Keira Knightley.
Dude, I'm in a rage mode today. I don't know.
You are. So let's bring up Suicide Squad.
Hold on. I had something to finish here. What were we just talking about?
We're talking about
we
Mickey
started-
Rourke.
Oh, Mickey Rourke.
Whiplash.
Oh.
Okay,
why?
this dude is one of the weirdest looking motherfuckers on earth
Yeah.
at this point in his life.
Is-
There's no way he always looked like this.
Oh no, he's been
No
beating
way.
the hell through his life.
Okay? And the wrestler was good,
Yes.
but he was just playing himself.
Yeah.
He just walks around mumbling to people, getting angry and fucking shit up.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, the wrestler taking the razor blade out, cutting his own face and shit. Yeah.
He played him.
Yeah. He even played him in the Expendables, even though the
And
role
he-
was like that.
I don't hate him. Okay, let me put it this way. I don't hate him as an actor. But him as a Russian was fucking laughable. You can't already understand what he says.
You're not
And then
wrong.
you throw an accent on it. I couldn't tell you a single line of dialogue he said from Iron Man 2
Yeah.
right now if you forced me to. Like if you
he
put
was
a gun to
talking
my
about his
head.
bird a lot, wasn't he?
I have
Yeah,
no
he
idea.
talks-
I'm talking about
Yeah, it's all about
I
a
have
bird.
0 quotable lines from Mickey Rourke and Iron Man.
And
Yeah,
you know
there
that
was
wasn't
no
in the-
quotable lines
And you know
for
that
that
wasn't in the
character.
script. He just started talking about his bird, and they were
I
like,
want.
filmed
I
That's
it.
want to
not
see.
Mickey Rourke's
I want to
fault,
see
though.
the
The
script,
character just
and when the
sucked.
dialogue comes up, I just want it to be that font where it turns everything to squares and triangles for every one of Mickey Rourke's lines, because I assume that's what it was.
Wingdings.
Wingdings.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
all right, I'm done with Mickey Rourke. I'm sorry, I just had to get that out.
I just like Whiplash as a character.
No, dude, when I saw The Wrestler, I was like in tears. It was so powerful and cool, and 99.9% he died at the end of Wrestler.
Yeah.
He fucking did the fucking elbow drop off the rung,
Yeah.
his heart fucking gave out, and he died doing the only thing in life that loved him even
Yep.
a little bit.
Yep.
It's cool. Cool movie.
Yeah.
I don't like Mickey Rourke, though.
But back to what I was saying.
He had
though.
the only
Suicide Squad. We're moving on from Mickey Rourke, dude. I
No,
just said.
I don't care about Mickey Rourke.
Oh.
I was just going to say that I was disappointed because I love the Whiplash character, but they did such a poor job with him in that movie.
Yeah.
Even though I like Mickey
He had
Rourke.
problems with that though too. He'll never work with Marvel again.
Oh, yeah.
He came out and said like, in the like original script, his character had depth and like reason, motivation, and they cut it all out to
Yeah,
add more
they botched
Tony
it
Stark jokes.
horribly.
So,
Yeah.
but how about you?
Anyways,
You know, these like 4 pages of like real in-depth content on your character. We're gonna go ahead and take that,
Talk about your
and we're
bird.
gonna put in 42 pages of
Quips.
Tony Stark pussy jokes.
And ACDC.
Okay, cool.
yeah, it needs to be.
So what about Mickey Rourke and
I turned
new
the fight
Suicide
scene into
Squad
2
trailer?
minutes.
He's pretty good in that.
What?
He plays Killer Croc.
What?
Just
What?
I'm trying to segue. I don't know. Suicide Squad.
Well, we know we're going to Suicide Squad.
What?
All
Right,
right.
he's playing
So they
Killer
just
Croc.
released a new Suicide Squad trailer with some most excellent music queued up to it.
Great music.
So beautiful.
All 3 trailers have been perfect.
I will say, last time we talked about rumors of them reshooting to make it a little bit more lighthearted.
Wrong,
And this
right?
trailer doesn't do anything to disprove that.
Yes, it does.
No, absolutely
it
does not. The
It's
first
all
half of it,
like-
while they're singing the song like "You don't control me, you don't own me," it's all jokes through that
Yeah,
almost that entire
all
part.
jokes.
Like Will Smith grabbing a gun, like "You motherfuckers is crazy," and
Yeah.
then fucking
Wait,
like
talking
I'm known
about-
to be vexing.
Yeah.
It's
Wait.
all like silliness.
They're all
You
jokes.
vex me, I'm going to
Which
kill you.
means, so if they were going back for reshoots, you think they would have like the crew, the shooting, the effects, everything done to put it into a trailer a couple weeks later? That's proof that the rumors were false. That footage already existed.
Not
No, well,
necessarily.
that I think that-
Anybody in like production
No,
would like disagree with you guys.
Let me
though.
finish. I think they took what funny parts they already had to make the new trailer to start towards it while they're doing the reshoot.
But do you remember what the rumor said? The rumor said that all the funny parts were in the second trailer. There was nothing else funny. So
That's rumors,
which
though.
is why. Well, that's what we're talking about the rumor though. But that's what the rumor said.
My-
Why the reshoots were
my,
happening.
my point is, I'm not saying that those were new scenes. I never said. That's not
Oh,
what I'm saying
okay.
at all.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, based on the musical score choices,
Yes.
you did nothing to make it more serious or darker. It made it
Yep.
more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Period.
Which I think is a response
even
to
if
the
it was just
rumor.
like you could have put that musical ensemble together
Yeah.
and just had a guy slitting baby throats, and it still would have been
Yes.
like, this is kind of upbeat.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been because it was fucking super dark. But then, like, but like that, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah. They're
Well,
starting to point in
My
that
point
direction.
was that the original rumor that was by Deadline said that the reason that they are doing reshoots for comedy is because Warner Brothers was afraid because all the jokes were in the second trailer. Like everything you saw in the second trailer that was funny was all the
Right.
movie had. So with this
we
trailer
saw some
coming out,
additional jokes that weren't in that second trailer.
yeah, especially the
Oh.
fucking Will Smith hyping up. I know I'm a comic fan, but whoever the fire dude is,
I don't know what the fuck his name is.
I don't know his name is either.
He's not the guy from fucking Street Fighter? That's not the
Absolutely, absolutely not.
Oh,
What, Dalsheen with
it's
the
not Dalsheen?
skull and stuff?
It's not
No,
Dalsheen?
no, no.
Fuck.
But
No,
I mean, what-
Dalsheen's Indian.
yeah, I mean, I
But
don't
what,
know. That was
okay,
cool.
what universe would Street Fighter belong to? Marvel or DC?
DC.
Absolutely Marvel.
I think
And I'll
it's
tell you
Marvel
why.
vs. Capcom. Is that what you're trying to say?
I
No, no, no,
first
no.
thought with Marvel, but I went DC
Marvel.
just because.
It's too fucking cartoony and silly. Mortal Kombat? That's a DC
That's
fucking
DC
world.
for sure.
Yeah.
But I just said DC because I've actually seen some of the animes and stuff, and
I'm
the
just
animes
saying,
are actually a
the
lot
animes are
more.
super
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Except for
Street
Ryu's
Fighter-
feet keeps getting bigger.
I'm
and
just
bigger.
saying,
It doesn't make
I'm
any
just
sense.
saying
Yeah.
the Street Fighter character models
He's a battle toad.
Yeah.
are straight Marvel
I will.
character
I will
models.
agree with that. I will agree with that.
Little bonus thing for you. Street Fighter belongs in Marvel. Mortal Kombat belongs in DC, as well as Killer Instinct belongs in DC for sure, because that's
Oh, yeah.
fucking dark
You
as
wouldn't
shit.
think Image?
Killer Instinct.
What?
You want to think of Image? So we're just making shit up.
Right, we are totally. What? No.
Okay.
Killer Instinct's
No,
a
no.
game.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
fighting
yeah,
series.
no, I'm
What?
talking.
I'm missing. I'm lost.
Killer Instinct
Yeah,
would
I'm
belong
confused.
to Image, right? DC can't take it all.
No, it's between DC and Marvel. Fuck Image.
Image has some really good titles.
What
Tell
about
me
Dark
the best
Horse?
title from them.
Oh wait, Dark Horse is owned by
I would
DC now.
probably say right now The Walking Dead. Because Savage Dragon's dropped off. But Invincible is really
Yes.
good.
What would The Walking Dead be if the show wasn't made?
Still really fucking good.
But I'm saying, as far as like in the comic book world, it's still not going to come close to fucking Marvel or DC's
No,
main story
no.
arcs.
The sales aren't.
No.
No.
But because of
honest-
the show,
Hey.
comic book skyrocket. That
Yeah.
Kirkman has made stupid money.
Stupid money.
Stupid
And
money.
then he made that terrible show Fear the Walking Dead. It still makes stupid
I watched the
money.
first season. I didn't
Oh.
hate it.
I hated it. I thought the
I
first
watched that
episode
with
had
you or
promise.
No,
I don't think I've
it's-
seen that.
The first episode
It's like
had promise.
another we're in that world,
Yeah.
another group of people. But it
Yeah,
starts.
I heard
bef-
about it, but I've never
it's
seen
it. It 100% starts before the outbreak.
But then you think it's going to be handled right, and then they fuck it up. So you're just like, oh, man, why? And now we're just, like, back where, like, the regular Walking Dead show
I haven't seen them. They've only released one episode so far, season 2.
Yeah.
And I saw, like, a clip from something, and they're on, like, a boat, and all I could think of was...
Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
There better be a head in a cooler, goddammit.
Yep.
Which makes no sense in Dawn of the Dead, by the way.
They're doing a third Walking Dead show where it takes place on an airplane, like while they're in the air.
Airplane in the air.
Yeah.
And the outbreak starts in the plane? Is the whole show take place in this plane?
Yeah, I guess like someone dies and they become...
So it's just like...
I think it's like a web
Z-Day.
series only, but...
I'm fine with that. I was like, you can't make a show around that for like a seasons.
People would watch it.
Unless they're like 10-minute clips an episode and you do like 6.
Dude, if people... I mean...
Longest flight of zombies ever.
Season 8. We're running out of fuel. Again.
They've made it past business, going to first class.
So besides, okay, so I guess we're just at a disagreement. I think the movie is going to be great. I mean,
no,
the director and Jai Courtney have all came out and said that they're shooting for action. They're like, it's ridiculous.
Right. But
I thought this trailer.
Let me just put something out real quick. This is what happens in a week. Last week, Brad was talking about action, while David was talking about comedy. A week later, now David's defending the action.
Yes. It happens.
Flip-floppity.
Right. And that just goes to show you how little even people like us who focus in this world know fucking nothing. We know nothing.
None of the rumors are true for Batman vs Superman. None of the rumors are going to be true for this movie.
There was one rumor true.
What?
Ben Affleck was fucking amazing.
I don't know.
And he fought Superman. There was a rumor they were going to fight.
Yep. It was a thought.
It wasn't confirmed.
That's true because they hide the S in the verses, so nobody knew for sure. You thought it was going to take him to court.
Right.
Superman did go to court, but it didn't go as planned.
Which I still think that was a misstep and not letting him talk at all. Hey, no, we're not talking about fucking Batman vs Superman.
We are, though.
Yep,
Stop.
You're going back.
Suicide Squad is going to be good. Even if I do fucking
how'd you feel about the trailer?
I loved it.
I thought it was fucking awesome.
The Joker clearly has to play a much bigger role than fucking led to believe.
Did you guys think it was like an editing tactic, or do you think he's going to be as feared as the trailer made him out, where they're running the streets and they hear him laughing and it shows everyone's like face to stop, and then Harley's like, uh-oh.
I think
that could easily be editing chopped up.
That was creative editing.
But I do hope that he is.
I think he's going to be horrifying.
Like, I hope that like Deadshot and Croc and all of them are scared of him.
He's going to be horrifying, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Just that opening before you even see anything, and you just hear him laugh.
Oh, while
you hear that ha,
while the logo is
right, ha,
yes.
and then it gets a little bit more distorted, and then you just hear a scream. That's clearly not him. That's fucking scary.
Oh, I thought that was
I thought it wasn't. I'll have to listen to it.
Either way, it's cool.
I also want to know what happened, because did either one of you catch how he has half a burnt face?
Oh, yeah.
No.
You missed that in the trailer?
I watched it a couple
he flips
times.
back and his fucking half part of his hair is
it's
missing.
all black
and
everything.
it clearly happens during this movie.
Well, okay. I was hoping it was Batman
I assume
related.
when Batman's hanging on the back of his car, he just like incendiary grenades inside Joker's vehicle.
So, David Ayer was asked this week, or last week at the CinemaCon, if the movie takes place before and after, and of course he can't just say, if it takes place like before Batman vs Superman or after, and of course he can't say it. So, very cool. He just said yes to both. So, do you think the Batman scenes take place before, and it's how Harley gets locked up, or do you think the Batman's
It could be
throughout?
It could be, but I mean, if you have this super packed villain lineup, right, with some really cool villains, with the exception of Captain Boomerang. The only reason I'm even giving that fucking ridiculous...
Because he looks like the best part of the movie. In the trailers, unexpectedly, he looks like he's the best. I never thought I'd say that about Jai Courtney or
I
like
love
Captain
the
Boomerang.
actor. Yes, the actor is great, and I love that it's him. And
No.
now
I think he's bad. That's why I'm surprised. I'm excited.
You'll like the actor.
Jai Courtney was only good in Spartacus. I didn't know it was him. He's been bad in the fucking detergent movies. He's been bad.
Listen, those movies don't count.
Terminator?
They're a blemish on everyone's career.
He was bad
There's
in
plenty
Terminator?
of movies like that. It's like everyone in Twilight. None of them are bad actors, but they all look like shit now.
The kid that played the werewolf's a bad actor, though. He hasn't been anything good since. But I did see a couple indies that Robert Pattinson was in.
Let me just put this out.
But he was really bad in Terminator. Genesis.
Yeah,
Genesis.
that's a movie that shouldn't have been made.
No, God,
Yeah.
we gotta talk about that movie in a whole another.
Thank
episode.
you,
That could
Arnold
be the horror
Schwarzenegger,
movie.
for wanting to come back and make some money.
He was a decent part of it though, but that movie was fucking garbage.
Yeah, he was actually one of the
absolutely.
better.
That plot.
Anytime you keep diving to time travel, shit gets fucking weird and
Anytime
stupid.
with time
and
travel.
more people are just gonna
It
sit there and
wasn't-
go, What?
Yeah.
What?
Except for the movie About Time, you guys really should watch that
I
one.
don't fucking care about that movie.
The way that
I don't
Terminator
know what
5
that is.
played out is, here's how every scene played out. Evil John Connor would show up, you gotta join us or die, and then they would shoot at him standing still in the most boring action scenes, then they'd run, and then he'd pop up and be like, you gotta join us, Mom, and then they'd be like, no, bang, 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 bang. But it wouldn't be like cool action, it'd just be people sitting there shooting.
Yeah.
And then that repeated until the movie ended, and you're like, what did I watch? And
Yeah.
none of it made any sense.
Let's keep shooting at the Jello Man like it's actually going to
But
do
John Connor
something
made-
this time.
Johnny Connor made Skynet. That's what should have been the tagline of the movie.
What?
John Connor created Skynet. That's what that movie retconned.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
but no, I am super excited for Captain Boomerang. I don't think Jai Courtney is a good actor, and I don't think Captain Boomerang is a
Name
good
one
character.
thing he's good in, one thing he's bad in.
I'm.
So.
Hang on, will you Wikipedia while we
I
talk?
got it.
I
got it.
We got okay.
So,
So
what? You think I'm gonna be biased on a phone that you can see?
yes,
Yes.
no. I just wanted you to keep the conversation going.
I don't put anything past you.
So while he's looking up, did you flip out when you
What's
saw
the guy's
Batman
name?
in this? Jai Courtney. J-I-A and then Courtney. It's a woman's name. This is a piece of shit actor, but he might be good in this movie. And he was decent as curly-haired kid in Spartacus.
Alright.
Did you freak out when you saw Batman in the trailer?
And Batman the trailer for
Suicide Squad.
Suicide? No, because I've actually seen that clip before of him riding on
Well,
the back of
there was him like diving after Harley Quinn. I don't know.
All right, you guys
I
ready?
fanboy at anything Batman.
I've seen
Yes,
it though
yes, ready?
somewhere before where I saw the Batman attached to
I saw
the
him
back
on
of
the
his
back of the
Lamborghini.
car. I didn't. Yeah, but they were showing new scenes though.
Let's
That's
see.
all you saw.
All Saints don't know it. Pack to the Rafters don't know it. Stone Bros.
He was
don't
shitty
know
in
this.
Jack Reacher. He was really shitty in the new Die Hard movie.
No,
he
he
was
was
terrible
good.
in that. That movie was.
No, that movie was really poorly written,
Yeah.
but he wasn't bad.
I thought
what
he
was
was
bad
bad.
was the idea to say, hey, you know how we've made all these movies, and like one of the biggest key elements that people love is like the back and forth between the main villain and John Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John McClane.
John McClane. I don't know. John Connor. Thank you guys, Terminator in my brain.
I'm sorry. I apologize about that.
So back and forth. How about we just take all of that out and we'll just disguise the villain as a good guy that's with them? Let's do that for a change and just fucking throw out everything that's worked and been awesome for great fucking movies.
like they've only
Sounds
ever
good.
talked about his daughter, then all of a sudden he is a son.
Right.
Who's a badass too.
I have Frankenstein, which I haven't seen.
No, that movie's fucking atrocious.
Oh,
Yeah, it
he's
was
in
pretty
On
rough.
Broken and he's all right in that.
Yeah, he was good in that.
Was he good? Okay, I haven't seen that.
That movie's fucking
I heard it's
based
depressing.
on a true
and
story. It's
sad.
kind of depressing.
It
and
was
sad.
Angelina Jolie's first directorial debut. I don't know. I'm just saying he's given me nothing. I didn't really.
Well, he hasn't had a
appreciate
shit
him
ton
in
of
Die Hard.
opportunity yet.
No, he's been in Die Hard and Terminator, like two major franchises.
Yeah,
That's more than most
Who
actors
does he
get.
play into the Terminator movie?
He plays Kyle Reese, one of the
Yeah.
main. He plays one of the main characters, and he fucking ruins that movie.
You know, he ruins that movie.
He does. He's one of
It's,
the.
that movie's bad solely because of him.
Yes.
I thought he did a pretty good job in the movie compared to a lot
It's
of
Kyle
the other-
Reese.
Yeah, compared to a lot of the other shit that goes on in that movie, I think he was on the higher end.
I think that it
The
just
only
put-
up part of that movie was I thought old fucking Terminator.
See, I think what happened was
Terminator.
you ate a really bad piece of shit in that movie,
I
and
did.
then he was a less shittier piece of shit in that movie. But you ate it, and you still had the resonance of that other shit in your mouth, so you just like threw it under the bus with everything.
I
else.
thought that
Yeah.
fucking the girl that played Sarah Connor was not that bad either. The chick from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but a
Yeah,
movie,
she's-
bad movie's a bad movie.
It's a fucking bad movie though.
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
So when they show Batman getting back on topic, since Jai Courtney's a piece of shit.
I hope he's the best part of
And
Suicide
I
Squad.
do, dude. I do too. Like every scene he's in it, I'm just like, oh my god.
Yes, and I said that, and I only said it because Brad's not here, because me and Brad, he knows how much I fucking hate Captain Boomerang. Is one of the dumbest villains ever created.
But I got Boomerang.
So did it guys?
And two, not one, but two guys from the show Spartacus have now played Captain Boomerang.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
Did you guys notice that Batman's outfit looks nothing
Different?
like
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
different?
So
Maybe it takes place before.
But
Like all the scenes with them take place before.
they make it super clear that he has multiple suits. So it could just be
they?
another suit.
Oh, the robot suit, I guess, where he fights Superman.
Right. Well, and
And that was being built as the movie was progressing, though. 'Cause
Right,
It wasn't
yeah.
ever
Right.
giving updates on it.
but I'm trying to remember now. Hold on, let me think.
I mean, he could.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's Batman. He's had multiple suits.
Yeah. Well, you remember when you were little and you bought like Batman toys, and there were always like the multicolored weird ones, and they never had the original one you wanted. So I had like Snow Gear Batman and like shit that would never exist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want the black and white Batman.
I want Nightmare Batman.
That would be cool. They have a pop action figure. You might see this.
But I want it to
soon.
come with a second figure, and its brains are just blowing out the back of it, and Batman stands there with a gun.
Yes.
That's what I want.
World premiere trailer of Doctor Strange is out?
Yes.
Yep.
It's
not seen that
it's
yet.
more of a teaser, which is what you're like. It doesn't tell you much. Like it's one of those trailers where if you don't know the character or story, you're like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Nah.
But it looks cool. It looks.
So everyone.
It looks
almost.
different. No.
Raise your hand out there if you know who Doctor Strange is prior to seeing anything with it in Cumberbatch. Out there, not in here.
Well, that's what
out
I'm saying.
there.
Well, like most
Not
trailers.
many of you raised
so,
your hand,
like you
did
know,
you?
Iron Man and Thor trailers give you a good idea of the story. This is just like a
You're
bunch
just
of
like, hey, that guy who played Sherlock is gonna be a fucking superhero.
yeah. It looks cool. I dig
Yeah,
it.
wait until he gets his ass beat in World War Hulk.
I do
Dude,
really
that-
hope they make that.
God, I don't see how they're ever going to, but it'd be cool.
You know, everyone's contract's gonna run out way before that even gets a chance. That's why I hope the next generation of superhero movies that are made when we're like in our 40s, if that, 40s maybe, they just like jump right in where these left off and just get people who look similar and they just gotta continue the fucking storyline for another like 20 movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did that with War Machine, and they did it with the chick in the Nolan's Batman trilogy. They replaced Katie Holmes with a really ugly chick who could act better, so it kind of evened
Hey.
out. I know.
Maggie Gyllenhaal is not ugly.
Oh, you mean Dogface Gyllenhaal? There's fucking.
I mean, she's not as pretty as her brother,
No,
obviously.
her brother Jake is awesome. Did you see the movie Nightcrawler?
Mhm.
Dude, one of the best movies I've seen in the last
He was
couple
really
years.
good.
Holy fuck.
But
His boxing
there's
movie
like
was good too.
2 serial killers called Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
There's Nightcrawler 1 and Nightcrawler 2, which
I
the
didn't-
second one's Ramos, I believe. I'm trying to remember their names.
I didn't know that. there
And
was
so you
another
see
one.
this trailer coming out like Nightcrawler, and like it's not about either of the serial killers. And I was like, oh, it's just about this guy who's like fucking mentally retarded.
He's
and
pretty
he just,
fucking
like,
serial killer. He's
Well,
on the
and I-
borderline of being a serial killer.
Here's how I play that movie.
He just killed that
And
guy in the
maybe this is
beginning.
what it was supposed to be in the beginning.
He kills the guard in the beginning, who sees him by the docks.
Does he?
Yeah, and that's the only person in the movie that he directly kills. But then it's really creepy when he lets his.
So you saying he technically gets better as the movie goes on?
Yeah, he goes from like not actually killing to just just setting his best friend up to die and film it.
Best friend's a stretch. He fucking
Only
just
friend.
pissed on that guy.
Only friend.
He took my power.
Only decent person who just wanted a raise, and he's just like, listen, if I could give you a raise, I would. What I'm trying to say is I can't give you a raise and I won't.
Now here's how you gotta watch.
We
the
just
movie.
ruined.
assume.
We just always talk about the ending for any
Dude,
movie
it's
we
been out
talk
for a
about.
while. It's been out for a while.
I've never even heard of it. I'm
Because
But dude, have you
here's the
noticed
truth.
about
Here's
any
the
movie we
truth.
talk about? We only like it's like
The
we always
last-
jump to the ending. We're like, here's the ending for Suicide Squad.
The last 10
Here's
to
the ending
15
to the wrestler. Here's the ending to
The last 10 to 15 minutes of any film can make or break it. It's
Yeah.
the most important part of a film almost.
It is
Really
what you leave
is.
the theater with.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the last.
The last 10, 15 minutes is what you talk about in the parking lot before you get in your cars to drive home after you leave the theater. It's that. And it
That was
can
haunting
ruin
and chilling.
films.
Yeah,
it can ruin
that's true.
films. Or just leave a giant fucking puzzle piece where you're just like, what the fuck were they trying
Did that dirt
Like,
move
am I
a
an
little
idiot?
bit?
Am I an idiot?
Yeah, what was
Did I
the
miss
point
something?
of that scene? I don't understand. Rewind. Cut it.
So back to Dogface Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
What about?
Please.
Don't act like you wouldn't.
With a dog face?
Don't act like you would.
Maybe. To get close to Jake.
To get close to-
To get close to the Prince of Persia. That was a
Which
decent
was,
movie.
yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was just a video game
It's
adaptation.
funny like how Hollywood
It was your
just
typical
refuses
Disney
to use
movie.
like people of ethnicity
He's
to play
really-
roles of
he's really
ethnicity.
can.
I won't let him live down Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy was great.
I love that movie.
I've never
It's
seen
so-
it before.
Jake lives in
I
a
know.
bubble.
I know what it is just from the time. Even if I hadn't seen posters. Anyone
And it
You've
goes
never
on-
actually seen
It's-
Bubble Boy?
No, it's like the movie. It's like a live adaptation of Monkey Ball, right? But with Jake Gyllenhaal instead of a monkey.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
He has an immune
That's what I
disease
imagine.
and he can't get sick, so he lives in a bubble.
Yeah.
So while he's in his bubble, he builds a giant bubble suit that will allow him to go out in the world as he
Okay,
goes to
for the
chase after
first
this
time?
girl.
Yeah.
And it's just this he goes to all kinds of crazy things. It's
all sorts
fucking
of crazy
hilarious.
shit.
Can I guess the ending? I've never
Yeah.
seen it. Is the ending his bubble pops doing something heroic for a girl or something, and then he finds out that like he can actually live on Earth and everything's fine, and
Partially.
live after?
Yeah, pretty close.
You mean completely?
So you've seen the movie?
No, but is that it though?
No, it's not something heroic.
Pretty close.
It's not something heroic.
Not
No.
even a little heroic. He doesn't.
He's a tard.
Yeah, JD is a straight like. He's
So,
a closed
At the
in
end of the movie, does he
person.
trade out his bubble for a helmet and lives happily ever after?
$500.
$500. One of the best scenes.
That Brett would be a Chinese person he was talking about.
Dude, you gotta watch the movie, dude.
He's seen it. He's fucking.
No,
seen it.
had to
I
have
really
seen.
haven't seen it.
I don't believe you.
It
Then
didn't-
I don't
look
care what
okay.
you do. You're going home and you're watching fucking Bubble Boy when you
Bubble
get
Boy,
home.
all right.
Bubble Boy.
I'm sure Batman vs Superman's on YouTube. We can find Bubble Boy on YouTube.
Absolutely.
You can find Bubble Boy in it.
I watch it in parts. Because you know it's uploaded in like 58 parts on YouTube, 10 minutes long.
I'm sure you can find the full of it somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's sites out there where you could stream movies, but if there were, I'm sure you can find one that has it.
So, back to, I guess Suicide Squad.
Dude, we've so far down the road from Suicide
Yeah, dude.
Squad.
I don't even know
we
where to
are.
go
I'm
back
just
to
trying
that.
to reel us
You
back
like
in,
backtracking.
but I have no idea what we even talked about besides Jai Courtney should be good, and Batman's suit looks different, and...
Apparently the guy with flames is named Rick Flag.
No. Rick Flag's the guy that leads them all. That's like, if you mess with me, you're dead.
Really?
Like, he's the leader of the Suicide Squad. But he's not like a criminal, like he's who Amanda Waller sends in. Yeah, Rick Flag's the leader.
That don't look like
Let me see.
That don't look like the fucking leader, dude.
What it
Can I
is,
see?
though. Hang on, I'm gonna find... Oh, yeah, Common's in the movie.
Why'd you click on him?
Because is he playing Inferno? Or Inferno? I don't know how to go back on your phone.
Horrible podcast moment, guys.
Fuck yeah,
Jesus Christ.
He failed. Blame him.
But no.
I was doing the research.
But no, Rick Flag is not the fire guy. But that moment was great, though. I love that.
What moment?
The moment where him and Will Smith are going at it, and he's
Oh,
hyping him up.
yeah, and then he...
That was great.
But then you get, like...
And then
Will
you get them
Smith.
shown at the bar.
No, yeah, like, after
Will
he gets
Smith's-
them all wrenched
he's
out...
always going to be Will Smith in every movie he's in. That's fine. That's why you get Will Smith. Just like whenever you get Bruce Willis, you always get John McClane, and that's what you expect in your movies. That's all he's ever
That's
played
not true.
since Die
Have
Hard.
you not seen the whole 9 yards?
Yeah, he's John McClane.
No,
Trying
he's
to be
goofy
badass.
as shit.
Is he? No, I thought he was. No, Matthew Perry was goofy.
No, he fucks with Matthew Perry the whole
Okay.
movie almost.
I haven't seen it in a while. I remember it being awesome. And then, of course, didn't they ruin it with the whole 10 yards? Is that not any good?
Yeah, I enjoyed that one too.
I didn't see it.
I enjoyed it.
I did get I don't know, sequels, though. Because I remember Analyze This being incredible and Analyze That being really bad.
I really enjoyed them both.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. You guys like Jai Courtney, so what do you know?
Okay.
Motherfuckers.
Okay. All right.
Let's see how it is.
Just pretend like you didn't have the feels when he died in Spartacus.
Yeah, I did. I didn't know it was him because like he was doing a good acting job. So like my brain shut off. Like this can't be Jai Courtney. And it's recorded when you guys when you guys told me in the first episode. Oh
Oh,
I see.
geez.
my
I
goodness.
see.
So have you guys heard what the new Spider-Man movie is going to be called? Because at the CinemaCon they released a bunch of
I will say
films.
this in Mike's
Spectacular
defense.
No, it's called Spider-Man Homecoming.
I will say this in
Kinda weird.
his defense. This dude is the dude that was talking in the beginning, not
That's what
this
I'm
guy.
saying. That look
The
based
one who's
off
like,
of
you
this
do this,
picture.
you die.
Yeah.
That was definitely this guy, Scott Eastwood.
That's all I'm saying. Based off his picture with the skinny skull face or whatever, it looks like him.
That
I was trying to search the flame guy's name, but my phone died, so I can't help you anymore. You're on your own.
yeah. I don't know if Google would make that big of a mistake. It's possible
That's
though.
IMDb, but not Google.
Why would you guys use that and not Wikipedia? IMDb's terrible.
I like IMDb.
I know. like
I
Wikipedia
know.
better.
Anyways.
It's not terrible. It's
I mean,
just I'll never use it.
So here's a question: where do you guys think they're gonna go with the Marvel movies after the Infinity Wars? Because you know they're not gonna be done with
Who
it.
the fuck knows? I don't know. I love the fact that
Do you
we've
think
been
they're gonna
building
go
up
into the
to
Secret
it.
Wars?
By the time that's over, most of those people are going to be out of contract.
The contracts,
Yeah,
or they're
no.
gonna
And
be.
that's going to be the biggest obstacle.
Yeah, it
If
is.
not enough people come back, then it's done. It's over.
It's not gonna be.
Well, no,
over.
I feel like
There's
they're
so
saying-
There'll
many
be a
different
5 or
spin-offs.
10 year break.
Well, no, because
I
here's
could
the
see
deal.
that, yeah.
So after Infinity War, we're probably going to lose Chris Evans, Robert
Yeah.
Downey Jr., Hemsworth.
Yeah.
But you probably still have Rhodey if he doesn't die, because every trailer shows a different angle of him dying. They're really trying to hammer that in, that
Yeah,
he
they
fucking
are.
dies.
That way when he doesn't, you'll be like, oh man, I
you get-
totally thought he was
Yeah,
going to die.
and then if
Yeah.
he does
You didn't
die,
get
I'll
me.
be like, why
Yeah,
did you
didn't hit
show
me.
us all this in the trailer? But we're getting the Inhumans, you got the Guardians.
Yeah.
Well, and that creative editing where they show Winter Soldier with like a sniper rifle and he shoots,
And then a giant
and it cuts to
blast.
a giant laser beam hitting fucking like, oh, that clearly wasn't that weapon.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
though.
So they
Fuck
casted
you.
a super young Spider-Man. We got Black Panther. I mean, they're just introducing
Why
so
are
many
there
people.
more Spider-Man movies than any other film?
Yeah, no, I'm still not sure.
No,
about
it's
this
gonna
new
be cool. Did
Spider-Man.
you hear? I mean, and since they actually like announced like the title, you know, Spider-Man: Homecoming, and it's
Oh,
gonna be
God.
him actually in.
Going to a homecoming dance?
So basically,
No,
what the
there's
people.
a comic series called that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
it is.
Or like a
I
story
was
arc.
making a
Yeah, you suck at jokes. You're not the comic
But
relief
no,
fan.
I don't really mind the title
try.
because like when this rights deal first went down, where Marvel's like helping out with the with the Sony Spider-Man movie, and then Marvel gets to use him in their movies. They were talking about how Ant-Man was a heist film and how The Winter Soldier was a 70s political thriller. They were stating that they want this new Spider-Man movie to feel like a John Woo type comedy, like coming of age comedy. So I feel like the Homecoming title fits it. I think it's interesting.
Who are they gonna be the villains?
Michael Keaton's rumored to be the Vulture, which I think is fucking cool as shit.
I
And
called the Vulture.
I love that Michael Keaton.
I called
is-
that a long time ago.
It's not that hard to call though, Mike. You know why?
because
They're running out
They've
of-
used all of them.
Yeah, they've used everyone.
Green Goblin and Venom again.
I would like to, if we don't get Venom Carnage, I will be fucking done with Spider-Man. I will refuse to see another Spider-Man movie. If
I'll
there's
still
any-
see
You know
it,
what movie
but
I
I'll
would
complain
really
about
like
it.
to see made done? Maximum
Made
Carnage.
done.
Made done.
That is too crazy.
Maximum
Speaking
Carnage.
of Maximum Carnage, Cloak and Dagger, prominent role in that series. They're getting a new show on ABC.
Really?
What used to be ABC Family, now it's called Freeform. Yeah, they're gonna get another superhero show, Cloak and Dagger.
Huh.
Could be interesting, but they're more supporting characters. Just like how I don't think the Punisher should get his own show after Daredevil. He was perfect and incredible, and we have to talk about that sometime.
I'm just saying they humanized him enough to make people connect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I already explained the formula. You just have some horrible tragedy happen to
Yeah.
someone that he becomes part of, and he just feels that pain and rage
Yeah.
again, and then you support him the whole way through.
But what a Punisher show, would you want to follow him like the entire way through, or is he a good like foil to like? I feel like he was a perfect supporting character.
Yeah, Punisher. I
I
don't
couldn't
know
get
if he
enough of
could.
him.
Supporting. That was like a 50-50 Punisher season / fucking Daredevil season.
I mean,
He
I
only-
think he
he
could
only-
pull a
he only
season.
finished it, right?
He only took out 3 ninjas, man.
I could see the Punisher
Instantly.
pulling out a
Go
good,
ahead.
really
I know.
good 1 or 2 season, but
We
I don't
gotta
really
save that
see it
for a
like
whole-
a very long longevity with him.
No. I hope he's back for Punisher or for Daredevil season 3. But I did finish it last week. We should
Did
maybe
you?
wait for bread, and I'll talk
Do you
about
like how
it together.
I told you the Asian dude dies?
Who, Naboo?
Is that his name? I hope I'm
Nobu.
Nobu, yeah, that was fucking cool. I kind of wish Punisher would have did it, but Stick doing it was cool.
Man.
But yeah, no, I have a lot to say about that show. I mean, we could talk about it. Wait till
I'm just saying.
we wait to see
the
if we
most-
find Brad again.
If you
Yeah,
have,
let's see
hey,
if we
you
find
haven't
Brad
seen,
for
if
that
you haven't
one.
seen the entirety of Daredevil season 2, we'll wait to talk about it. We'll give you one more week to get
Nope.
your shit in order.
Get it done.
I will say this: the most important line of the entire season is Punisher Daredevil, and it's Punisher looking at the Daredevil and saying, "You're just one bad day away from being me." That is the most powerful line and most important line in the season 2.
Yep.
I liked some of the Matt and Foggy moments.
Talking about
Yeah.
for like the overall. Shut up, God!
It was them arguing about. I'm just playing.
Tell me I'm wrong though. That's the super like the line
wanna
that
start
sums
throwing
up.
shit at you.
If you want to sum up season 2, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
one
true.
bad
That
day
is the
away
one
from
line.
becoming me.
Yeah, that's true. Because like, if I was in charge of putting together like a Daredevil trailer, that's like the line I would end the trailer with.
Yeah. And the rooftop scene
And then have
is
some
like
fucking
almost
dubstep
shot
kick
for
in.
shot from the comic book, and it is gorgeous.
The whole show is perfect. I can't. There's
It is.
There's nothing
Episode
wrong
1
with
was it 4 or 5 before he goes to jail?
4 or 5 is when he's in jail. 4 ends with him being.
In the
Why are
cemetery.
we just said we're not going to?
Yeah, no, we're going right into it.
I'm just saying those first 4 episodes are fucking amazing.
The first 13 episodes are amazing.
They start at 100 miles an hour and only get faster.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So
And the fight scenes get better.
So what are we? We are at.
We're at
49.
49 minutes. Not count, or actually that is counting the 5 minutes wasted by Mike attempting to feed the dogs.
Oh my god, that was so fucking pathetic. You guys didn't see it.
Now they're gonna
No,
see it.
that's
Now
probably- that's
we're
going
gonna-
in the
Listen,
bloopers.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut it, and it's gonna be just
Hey.
at the end after it's over.
No,
you can just watch
it's
Mike
not
try
what
to
we're
feed a
gonna
dog.
At least I didn't eat
Yes,
the
it
dog
is.
soup
I'm
covered
doing
in Mountain
pictures.
Dew.
I already
this
said
time.
Sure.
it. It's your thing. I already said it, so it has to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I didn't eat it with Mountain Dew this time.
I can cut that audio out. I can
Yes.
reverse your words.
Do you remember that when Mike ate dog food with Mountain Dew
Yeah.
for the video?
For the video?
Freaking horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that was pretty sweet.
I hear my wife coming up the stairs, and she better shut her mouth since we were still fucking casting.
Hi,
Stay out of the
Tracy.
kitchen.
So,
Love you.
She's allowed to bring us some of that.
since
Jack
we
in
got
the
about
Box.
10, 15 minutes,
Got about 20
do we
minutes.
want to...
Versus is not going to take long tonight.
Yeah, first one.
You don't think so?
No, why would it?
I have some in depth.
We're
I don't
going
know
to
who we're gonna
have-
shoot. I don't know. who
We are
we're
going to
choose.
have everyone's favorite childhood ball of lightning fight the god of thunder.
Pikachu versus Thor.
No.
It's better than Battletoad's fucking double dragon.
So
No, it
hang on.
ain't.
No, first off, it's not. So
First
my
off,
question.
Pikachu is so much faster than Thor could ever be.
Hammer, squish,
I don't know
done,
about that.
match over.
I'm sorry, have you not seen what Pikachu's been through? He's been through way fucking worse than a hammer to the dome.
So I have a question: Is it a wild Pikachu or a trained Pikachu
It's
with a trainer?
Pikachu.
Pikachu's a
It
species.
is Ash's Pikachu.
Pikachu is a species.
I understand. I'm not an idiot. Why don't you use your phone not on silent?
I don't know. Why is your wife not bringing me Jack in a Box with so many unanswered questions?
I know. She didn't even bring me food.
I wasn't allowed to text.
Uh-huh.
Good excuse, good excuse.
So, I'm just saying, we're not going to do that. I was just, like, throwing that out there. I'm just
Because my
saying.
thing is like, if Ash is there, why can't Ash catch Thor with a fucking Pokeball when he's distracted?
That's how it would end.
And then Ash would be the mighty one. He would be the one worthy of the hammer. And then spin off. Copyright that.
So good. So good.
I still think. Do we ever explain the Rorschach on film versus Piccolo?
Oh, no. All right, so we had an idea of Rorschach versus Piccolo that we were talking about once. And we came to the conclusion that Piccolo would win.
Yeah.
Just because he has actual powers where Rorschach's just a badass.
Yeah.
But it would play out like the ending of Watchmen.
Right. So Piccolo would be looking at him, and Rorschach would just be like, "Do it! Do it! Do it!" And then Piccolo would explode him, which would follow with a scene of Rorschach waking up from a fever dream, like shaking out his head, and then going out to the ice world to actually get blown up. And right before he does die, you'd see an edited version of the thing where he's like, "Wait, I can see the future," and then he gets blown up.
Which, once again, first time we ever mentioned the fucking Watchmen, and we already spoiled the ending like we do for any movie we talk about.
Every movie.
Every movie. Every movie. Watchmen.
Listen, if you're watching episode 3 first, sorry for you.
Yep.
Second, and this is very important, every episode contains spoilers.
Yep.
Every single one of them.
From
Not-
now on, we just need to start
not
with
just
our
spoilers,
intro. Spoiler alert.
But we
and
talk
start
about
the show.
We just always talk about the endings for any movie.
We already discussed why.
Yeah.
I know.
You're backtracking
Makes and
again.
Tracy, who's your favorite superhero?
Don't ask her that.
Don't.
Women-
You're on camera.
And women
Wait
don't
a
even know
second.
where
Hey, quick.
women don't even know where they went to eat half the
First
time.
thought.
I guarantee it. She sat in her car for like an hour before she
Random
sat
number.
on Jack.
Quick, somebody. Quick.
Oh my.
Quick.
Thor.
Thor.
It might have something to do with how hot he is.
Chris.
So she has a thing for Chris Hemsworth. Right?
I mean,
So what about
most people do.
God of Thunder versus God of Water?
Aquaman or Namor?
Aquaman.
Okay.
And new Aquaman, not green and orange Aquaman.
Hey, let me shoot.
On the
It
sea
makes
force?
a difference.
On the sea
it
force?
makes a difference.
Okay.
I'm just trying to come up with something. You guys aren't naming shit.
No. Okay. I would. Does it take place like
It takes place on Earth.
on Earth? Okay.
takes place.
So
on
if Aquaman
Thor.
got Thor to come to him, he'd be fucked. Because even if Thor's like floating around, he would just tidal wave and just get him in the water, and then Thor would be fucking useless.
I think that's where it comes down to is if you can get him in the water because he can't breathe underwater, but he can sit there and spin his hammer. And
I'm sure Thor can breathe underwater. He's a god.
I don't think
he's not. He's not
I'm sure he
immortal.
can hold his breath for a long damn time.
Long enough.
Yeah. So
I don't know. So here's the deal: Superman could easily trump Thor, right? So
You guys can go a little longer.
Aquaman has fought Superman recently in the comics, and his trident can cut him and hurt him. I don't know. I think it sounds ridiculous, but the more I think about it, I think Aquaman would probably take it like 8 out of 10 times,
Aquaman got
depending on the condition.
Mad
It all
Shark.
depends on the conditions.
Well, I mean, even on land, how long does it have to stay land? If we're talking about a battle to the death,
Yeah, if they come
he's
across a
gonna
drinking
flood the
fountain,
lands
I'm
Aquaman's
not talking
usually
about that. I'm talking about like Flashpoint Paradox,
Yeah,
where Aquaman
flooding
floods Europe.
Yeah.
And how many innocents would die in a battle of gods?
That would be a hell of a battle. I almost lean towards Thor, just 'cause I don't know how resistant he is against lightning. I think lightning and water is just very weak against water or lightning, so I'm just kind of
Right, but when you electrify water, does it actually hurt the water?
it doesn't
And
hurt
then
the
how
water, but it
much of
hurts the person
Aquaman
in
is
them.
pure? Like how much of Aquaman is actually water?
Just the same as a normal human being. I would
Yeah,
say.
normal human.
Why is that? He can live underwater.
Because he has guilt.
Because his gills, motherfucker.
Find the gills on a new Aquaman.
They're probably
I'll
somewhere.
wait. No. I'll wait.
They're
They're
probably-
behind his
they're
ears,
probably-
covered by his hair.
They're probably close.
I wonder why that is.
What if they're in his pants?
Because maybe they're there where you can't see. Kind of like they're not there.
kind of there.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I don't
Maybe.
think. I don't think he has.
But if,
gills.
even if
Or
he,
he's like a whale, holds his breath forever.
even if that is even with the gills, that means he's breathed
It's-
water, which means there's way more
Yeah.
water in him to where it may not affect him as much because it might just bounce through the water.
I don't think he has
It doesn't
gills.
hurt the water.
Water's a conductor.
I think it's just the way he is.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
She thought she could get away watching TV. She's like, they
You
won't.
shock water with lightning, you shock fish. You stun and kill fish.
Fish are stupid though,
So is Aquaman.
and they're not super.
All you gonna do is just piss.
Aquaman's a genius. Aquaman's an exceptionally intelligent creature. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's not going to hurt him.
Superhero.
I'm just saying the ocean gets struck by lightning like 9 million times.
And
Yeah.
Atlantis is fine. Yeah. All right.
And who's fine?
Most shit in the ocean.
Yeah.
Not true, not where the lightning bolt is hit.
Yes, when it's in like a fucking lake, a tiny lake, and the fish are overpacked in it. Yeah,
No.
they chain lightning through that
Still
bitch.
hits the ocean.
I'm just saying, lightning hits the ocean probably
And
hundreds of times a day.
Aquaman's really fast.
And there's not just barbecue fish all over the ocean.
That'd be nice though.
Yeah.
I would have seen pictures of barbecue fish all over the ocean.
I would have.
That's what all the
barbecue
other fish
in front
come
of
and eat.
me. So my thing is that Thor's lightning attack, where he calls it down, holds it in his hammer, then shoots it. It's not quick. Like it takes time. Aquaman's
Takes time.
pretty fast.
Right, and while he's like charging that bitch up, spear to the dome.
Yeah.
Spear to the dome.
I don't know.
Listen, I'm on a mission to make Aquaman cool again.
I like the You don't need to. They cast Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
Yes,
a guy
There's
at my
that
work
picture.
that would
That's all
actually
they need
totally
to
agree.
do.
He has Aquaman hat, everything. Freaking, he's a
Yeah,
mad
I
Aquaman
don't know
fan.
about that much. 'Cause
Yeah.
No matter how awesome he looks, he's still fucking Aquaman.
Yeah, it's like kind of like multicolored and fruity looking, but anyways.
No, yeah, I would just choose Aquaman, and I've already gone on record saying that I love Thor. So
I don't like Thor at all.
I like Thor, but he's...
I'm sorry.
if Thor was
Very
John
good.
Courtney and had to like shit, you'd like.
I'm
him.
sorry. Everything Thor related in the Marvel universe, I don't like.
He's the best part of the
Well,
Avengers movies. He's
They're
so
just
funny.
like, hey, we've made this rich
I mean-
environment. Hold on, just hold on. We've made this rich world.
Yeah.
We've created all these unique elements to our world, all these superheroes. And
Let's take
now
place
we're
on
gonna
Earth.
make one of the most powerful characters from other stories and legends that everyone knows, but now they're superheroes. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, well,
Nope. Fuck you
that's what
and
I'm saying. Are you
Thor.
talking about movie or comic
But the
book?
Even in
Guardians
comic
take place
books,
in
he's still
space.
Thor.
though.
It's still
He's still
fucking
Thor, but
it's
I mean,
like-
Captain America
Hey.
beats Thor in the comic
in
book.
my new universe.
No, wait, does he?
Yes.
No, I mean it
Captain America
depends.
even holds the freaking hammer.
He does. So does Wonder Woman.
So I
though.
mean, he's
Right,
not
well,
overpowered
that's why they
in
threw
the
the nod in
comics.
Age of Ultron, where
Yeah.
Rogers kind of and
Yeah.
Thor's like, oh shit,
Yeah,
That
for a
part
second.
was so
exactly.
awesome. I love
I
that.
know. I really enjoyed that scene.
That was
but-
shot so perfect.
But let's just be honest, Thor isn't even the leader of his world anymore. It's Vision. Period.
Yep. Vision kicks everybody.
I'm just saying, Thor Vision would be fucking way cooler than Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Just give Vision all his powers, but now he can fucking.
Yeah, he can pick up the hammer apparently, so might as well.
Do you think they're ever going to turn Thor into a frog like they did in the comics for about a year?
That would actually be really cool.
That would be really cool.
Thor
Fucking
frog.
Thanos. Okay, so you were talking about what happens after the Infinity War. I'm curious about how we're going to get 2 movies of the Infinity War where... So, who was the villain from Guardians 1? Started with the R.
It was,
The guy with the hammer.
yeah, freaking, why can't I...
Whatever his name is.
Ronan.
Ronan.
Yeah,
So,
he's...
he's...
Accuser.
Yeah, so he's not as strong as fucking Thanos.
No.
But
correct.
nobody could fucking touch him. Like, really, the fight scenes were just them dancing around him and shit.
I was
Yeah.
talking to someone about this because we were talking last week, or we talked a little bit, and then someone else said something because we were talking about who could actually like kind of fucking like throw down one-on-one.
It's going to be Drax,
But
Thor,
Drax, but-
and Hulk
but-
are the only ones that are going to stand up to him.
But
What's Iron
in the
Man?
established movie world, the only scene like we can all agree Thanos is way more powerful than Ronan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Or else he
Drax,
wouldn't be in charge.
Drax gets fucking destroyed by Ronan.
Twice.
That is true.
Twice.
Not even.
So they've
yeah.
made Drax look really weak. And my only thought to that is somehow in some way it's been a long time since I've seen Guardians. That hammer or something that he was using was as powerful as Thanos.
Oh, possibly.
Well,
Well, no,
that-
because he didn't use the hammer in the first fight scene with
And
Drax.
the
He
sec-
was
Right. He had the
in the second fight
what did he
scene-
get that made him so powerful?
And there's an Infinity,
The Infinity
Stone.
Stone.
In the
Right.
second fight scene, he did
So-
have the Infinity Stone. The first fight
That's
scene,
one Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
And he
If
whooped the shit out
Thanos
of
has
Drax.
it all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Drax is not going to be as big of a part as you could think, since he is one of the people who
really
could
don't
go
think
toe
he
to toe
would
with
be.
him in the comics. They've already like eliminated that.
Yeah.
I think Groot could kind of go close or 2
So,
more than Drax.
so
I can beat Groot with a torch. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. So,
That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying in a fist fight though.
Or
I
asking
think
him to-
What are the
say
5
a sentence.
gems, Mike?
mind, space, time,
might.
might. I don't fucking know.
Then there's the main one.
It's easier to
which is
list the
something
fucking
else.
Triforce.
Yeah.
Why can't it be the
Yeah,
Triforce?
no shit.
I'm just saying. There's no way that anyone stands up to that.
Oh no, he kills
So,
everybody.
do you think?
I know.
So, do you think
But I don't think
Thanos?
they're going to do that.
Do you think
here.
Thanos is gonna get all of them in the movie?
yeah.
I would hope. I hope so.
So
Because
that
then it
means
makes
he has
it
to-
even makes Tony Stark's vision even more
Yeah,
real.
that means he has to rip Visions out. That'd be cool if that's
Yeah,
how the
he's
first
going
movie
to have to
ended.
rip Vision's freaking gem out of his forehead.
That would be
Right,
like a
I'm looking
devastating.
forward
Like
to
if that's how the first movie ended with that cliffhanger, they'd be like, "Oh shit, we're fucked." End
Yeah.
credit. And then super funny post-credit scenes where they go, "We're fucked. Let's go get something to eat."
Yeah, I think they built Vision way too much in the last one, where they can't just kill him
Ah.
right away in the first
Yeah,
Infinity
true.
Stones.
I
So it
love
has to be at the
Well,
end of.
So that's
like,
one of those
1 or
things
2.
about like the Civil War because it's cool that they took out Thor and Hulk because it's like whatever side they choose, they're fucked. But that's like there's still Vision, but then they showed that scene where Scarlet Witch is like controlling him, and
Yeah.
so that's cool because still they got rid of Thor and Hulk, but I'm like, but still whoever side Vision's on is
Right,
still gonna
but-
win.
I'm still waiting for Scarlet and Vision to bang. That's all I'm waiting.
There was dude, I
Yeah.
fucking giddied up in the fucking Age of Ultron when he fucking came and rescued her. I was like, oh, things to come.
I feel like they're almost doing like a Hawkeye thing and like replacing Vision in that like little romance.
Hawkeye.
So
What's Scarlet
Oh,
Witch?
what?
Hawkeye's not-
Because of that speech where he's just like, I have a
that,
ro-
and she's clearly on his side, and there's no reason for her to be on any side other than his. Like, and she ends up on that side, so she's on
Maybe
that
she
side.
believes in Cap.
No.
He's been training her for.
No.
Yeah.
He's been training her
They
because.
have like zero interaction.
No, no, that's not
Yes,
true
he's
because
been
Avengers
training
ends
her.
with their training.
He's been training
Well, that's
her.
interaction, isn't it?
No, because it's him like pushing her face in the mud, like be better.
Better. They need to show that scene. Your brother died. He's a bitch.
Well,
he wasn't
and-
even the best
and-
Quicksilver.
And Hawkeye's the only one who got out of ever being mind controlled by her. So there's like,
Yeah, but
And
he
Vision's
did
gonna
spend
get
an
mind
entire
fucked by-
movie
by her.
mind controlled by Loki.
yeah.
right.
So
Speaking of Quicksilver, fucking X-Men Apocalypse.
He's the only person that I like am okay with doing comedy is Hawkeye because that dude has to be insane,
He
right?
has to.
Yeah.
He has to be crazy as shit because everyone else has powers except for fucking Black
Yeah.
Widow, but we've already established that she's fucking.
yeah, I was
cuckoo.
like that super suit,
Yeah, she's
power,
pretty bad.
super serum, everything else. I got a bow.
Right. And that's why his speech was hilarious. Like, there's 2 parts in Age of Ultron where I did giggle like a girl. When he makes the speech, he's like, I'm using a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
Yep.
Loved it. Fucking
Yeah.
laughed my ass off.
Yeah.
And the second one is when Quicksilver runs past him, gives him that little and he's just like,
I'll shoot him.
I could do it.
Yep.
Do it.
No one would know. When's the last time you saw Quicksilver? Oh, he was over there with some of Ultron's guys.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I thought they did a good job. That's why I'm interested in Civil War too, is having Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch, or not Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson
On opposite
sides, with them having
I
being
think-
so
I
close
think
and friends for
Scarlet
so long.
is going to honestly play the role of Spider-Man.
Where she flip-flops?
Even though Spider-Man is in the movie.
Yeah, because it's weird to see her not on Cap's side after they were so close in Winter Soldier.
I could kind of see because she's
think
already
she's like
came
the double
out in
agent?
court and everything else.
And she
that
is a
like
double agent.
during
Well, I
the
mean,
last one.
because that's what she does. She's like Black Ops. So she'd be the
she's Black
perfect.
Ops. She already came out.
She'd
though.
bite the perfect mold, though, for
That's why
Tony's
it's a
side.
good kind of lead up to it.
Yeah, because I mean, Spider-Man's probably just going to be in that action scene. I think. I don't
No,
think he's
I
gonna
think
be-
that action scene is super early in the movie.
Well, yeah, it's super early because they're still
And
kind of
if he's
joking
gonna
with
be
each
there,
other.
like what he just shows up, like takes Cap's shield, like, all right, guys, cool, I gotta go to high school, and he just leaves.
They did
Yeah,
not
he has
pay
Homecoming.
They did not pay the amount of money that they paid to get Spider-Man's rights to have him show up for a freaking cameo.
Did they pay that much though?
Yeah, well,
Yes.
it's not so much that much up front, but how much do they have to kick back to them for total value of the thing after like all
I'm
that it
not
makes.
so sure because
They're getting
Sony
millions.
was in a bunch of trouble, and their movie Spider-Man 2 made a bunch of money, but it didn't make as much as it should because everyone hated it. So they were like, "Oh shit, we don't know what to do." So I think
Right.
them saying, "Hey,
But
let us
somewhere-
put the Marvel name on it,
They're-
take him,
no.
we'll do your movie." I think all that played
No.
into it more
No,
than
'cause
money.
they already
No,
had a
because-
third movie planned with Garfield. They already had
Yeah,
the third
they were
movie
gonna do the
planned.
Sinister Six
He,
movie.
they
But-
literally canceled his contract. Had to
I
pay
know.
him out of
Here's-
his contract.
here's-
Oh, did they?
here's
Plus
how-
had to freaking.
Right, because he showed up, he wanted to be in the
Wait,
Marvel.
no,
Yeah.
that's not how contracts. How they like.
Yeah, he was
that.
signed on for.
Well,
a
yeah,
third
yeah,
contract.
but that's not how the movie contracts work. Like, so if
No.
if me and Dylan are gonna
if-
make a movie and we sign you to a 7-deal contract, that means like, movie 6 comes along, you have to be in it, but we don't ever have to use you, which means you're not getting paid
Depends-
for nothing.
it-
I guess it
and
depends on the
it
contract.
fully
Yeah,
depends
you're
on the
talking-
contract.
right.
But typically,
And Garfield showed up ready to work, and they're like,
Yeah.
"No, we want someone younger."
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they
but-
pretty much fired him.
Here's my understanding.
like, they scrapped the whole universe.
None of that shit means anything to me.
Yeah.
Here's what I think is. Here's where Sony's making so much money. They're getting a cut,
Yeah.
but they don't have. But Marvel is doing, and Sony still owns Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sony
they're
owns
borrowing
it.
the
They're
rights.
borrowing
Which is
them,
something most
but
people
they're
don't
still making a
understand.
fuck ton of money, and they don't have to do any of the shooting, any of the things. They're just collecting checks for doing nothing other than saying, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah.
And then also the Sony Spider-Man movies are gonna get a boost in money and quality because Marvel is producing them and saying do this and don't fuck it up. And then also, I wouldn't be surprised if Iron Man isn't fucking Spider-Man because their universes. Because the first trailer that comes out for Spider-Man and Iron Man, swing by just be like, "Hey Peter, what's up?" Like that's gonna get people in the seats.
Oh, absolutely.
And I feel like that was a big part of the deal. Was it's like, hey, you guys are in trouble. Let us use our character, Spider-Man,
All I'm
and then
saying
we
is-
will help you out with your movies that you're not
Please.
doing too well in.
Please, please, please.
He looks cool.
I want to see the Iron Spider suit.
I do
I
so
wanna see
bad.
it.
It's not going to be in
so
this movie, though.
bad.
I've heard rumors that they might actually introduce it, but then I've also
It makes
heard-
sense, 'cause
know,
I think
it's
that-
like, I would love to see it. I would love
Like,
to
it
see
makes sense that fucking Tony Stark brings him in because it's always been weird that Spider-Man, like, in the other movies, in the Tobey and the fucking Andrew Garfield ones, where he just, like, somehow knew how to sew his own suits that looked fucking excellent and perfect. Like, this makes sense where he's just a kid and Tony goes and gets him and builds him the suit. That's why his eyes are all mechanical.
I want to see
That
the
makes sense.
golden red Spider-Man suit.
I don't think
Yeah.
we're going to see it in this movie, but doesn't mean
I
we
want to
couldn't
see
see
mechanical arms. I
Yeah.
want to see it.
Yep. Thor.
I feel like if Spider-Man wasn't being introduced in this movie, you'd get that. But since they're introducing him and he's not in it for very long,
I don't even care if he wears it. I want to
just
see
wanna
like
see
this
it?
one scene where Tony and him are talking,
Oh.
and he like shows him like the concept. Or
That
he
was
has
such a
it-
tease in like Spider-Man 2 when they're walking through Oscorp and you see Vulture wings and
Right.
that octopus and you
Yeah.
see the Venom thing.
and then you never see it again.
Yeah.
Yes, even at the end of Civil War, just walk
Did
them
you
into
hear
it.
about Sony wanting to do a standalone Venom movie that doesn't connect to Spider-Man at all?
That would be cool.
That seems, I don't know, I feel like
As
you
long,
need
can you
Spider-Man.
tie it back in later? Like, or
No,
is it
because
100%?
because now anything
You
because
can.
because part of this deal is that Marvel gets the say so on whatever they do with like anything Spider-Man related.
I'm just saying.
So it would have to be separate because
all
Marvel,
you have to do is at the end of the Venom movie, because is Venom the good guy? Is he the bad guy?
that's what I'm saying. That's weird. He's
Depends on the Venom.
Let's say he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And at the end he gets captured and released. They get the suit off of him, and he goes to prison, and there he meets Carnage, and that's how it ends. And then you can do fucking Carnage.
That would be cool.
Anytime you want.
It just never tied into Spider-Man.
It's just Venom.
They can just Marvel doesn't want anything to do with Venom right now because they have their own shit going on with the Infinity War.
But you can just leave it there.
So you can't connect it to Spider-Man.
You can just hang it.
Yeah.
And use it if you want to.
I still feel like the most perfect Venom storyline would be in the Spider-Man franchise if Venom comes in, villain for the first half, Carnage comes in, they team up to fight Carnage. I always thought that was cool. He should never team up with Sandman.
Yeah.
It'd be Eric Foreman.
Sandman.
I didn't hate him, Eric Foreman. I didn't hate him.
He did a good job.
He did okay.
For that type of Brock that they made, that was fine. Whatever.
Yeah, he was.
I want to see
a little bit of a pussy.
the big Brock. The Eddie Brock that's like the big guy. The one that's actually ends up becoming good. The one that's actually starts
the one who like idolizes Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he's
and
like a war veteran.
Starts helping the actual community and everything else. The one that actually teams up with Spider-Man to fight Carnage.
And the symbiote has to come from... I mean, I guess they could do a solo Venom movie that doesn't connect to Spider-Man because in fucking Spider-Man 3, the symbiote just comes from space with no explanation. So technically, I guess you don't need Spider-Man to do an explanation if you just do that bullshit.
That's what made me wonder when they first said that about the standalone Venom. It's if they're going to go with
I think
good
Sony's
Brock,
just reaching for shows because, like, everybody has their shared universes, even Universal is doing the monster shit. Paramount is doing the... fucking Transformers and G.I. Joe team up. And fucking Universal is also doing Godzilla and King Kong, which I think is gonna be fucking awesome. Because they're doing like the Skull Island movie for King Kong, then Godzilla 2, which like they should reboot it because Godzilla 1 was fucking stupid, and Godzilla wasn't in the movie. You just saw Quicksilver trying to act, but he can't. And anytime they would go to show fucking Godzilla, it'd cut away to something else. Like, just can you show me Godzilla?
Yeah, you see him at the end.
My fucking viewing experience of the movie was terrible because I downloaded
I was just like, I love Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
So wait, how long
5
is this
minutes
movie?
into the movie.
How long is this movie?
All the trailers. Bryan Cranston.
So
Bryan
let me
Cranston,
tell you.
Bryan Cranston, he's dead.
So the movie's about 2 hours long. I watched it in 1 hour parts because I fall asleep at home watching it. I fell asleep because Godzilla wasn't in there, and I fell asleep halfway through. So I remember being at work the next day, being like, "Man, I can't wait to go home and finish Godzilla because it has to be all Godzilla from this point on." Because and I was still like, "No," and then it would like show Godzilla come and hide behind a building, and then it cuts to like someone watching it home on TV, and I'm like, "Why can't you just show me Godzilla?"
You're trying to save money.
But the ending, though, just like we were talking about with the ending,
that shit.
where he blew the blast into the monster's mouth, you're right about the ending. Because then at the end, I was kind of tricked for a moment, being like, "Oh man, this movie was
cool."
Sweet.
Wait a minute.
It's like that was
they
the only
Walking
good
Dead
part.
us. They Walking
Dead us.
They Walking Dead us. That's a hard one to turn into a verb.
Yeah, so they're gonna do
Walking Dead us.
They Walking Dead at us.
Yeah, 90 minutes of bullshit within the Negan ending. So they're gonna do Skull Island.
Then Negan, which was awesome.
Negan.
And then the Negan ending, which was another big fuck you and a thumb in the butt.
Yep.
Yeah. So they did Skull Island, Godzilla 2, and then Godzilla vs. King Kong. And okay, my original point was Sony doesn't have a shared universe anymore. I don't know. Why does it matter? Because you'll see him hiding behind a building for a while, and then you might see him for a minute. Credits. I think that's going to be weird because Godzilla versus King Kong, like they made Godzilla, since they're using the one from the first movie, he's so huge. King Kong's never that big. Like they're going to have to shrink Godzilla somehow.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston comes back and he says, "I'm not really dead," and I've been making a shrink ray the entire time I've been hiding. He's going to shrink Godzilla so we can fight King Kong evenly. He's not going to completely shrink him, just shrink him a little bit.
No, you just make King Kong bigger.
Because,
yeah,
no, because like the King Kong we know always climbed the fucking building, but Godzilla's like leg is the size of that building, so they're gonna have to.
Get a new Kong movie. So
King Kong hit him with a nuke. He mutates into a bigger fucking guy.
We all know. Speaking of, because we gotta rub this back into BVS sometime. It's been too long. That nuke scene, we've already seen how that works out. Then they become radioactive and start turning Super Saiyan and shooting Leave nukes out of movies.
So nuke King Kong. King Kong gets big, then he can fight Godzilla.
Because I was wondering why that scene was in that movie where they nuked Superman. I was like, that's a pointless, like, that's just like wasting time. But that's what made Doomsday all radioactive, I suppose.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Because he wasn't doing that before.
No, he was.
Was he?
Because the military shows up and shoots the shit out of him, and he starts to transform, fucks up the military, and then Superman takes
even
him
with
to space.
even with the Super Saiyan shit.
Yeah, the glowiness.
Because cause that's when they're like, oh, he's just getting stronger because we just nuked him.
Right.
We killed Superman.
There's no way to kill this thing, and that's when they're like, nuke. But I was so happy. At least I got the fucking Doomsday to the space shot.
He should have just threw him into the sun. That's what Superman should do to every villain that's ever.
And then Lex would be like, that was my plan all along, and now you have cancer, Superman. And that'll be the end. Just show, like, fucking Superman.
By the way,
just
Doomsday's
like,
coming. You might want to get some fucking chemo soups.
Yeah, it's like there's chemo.
Because fucking Darkseid.
Kryptonite chemo.
You know what's weird? They never mention Darkseid by name, but I guess us fans know he's coming.
Could,
that has to suck
like Brad
for...
said, it could be Brainiac, actually.
No, because they showed us parademons and the Omega symbol and stuff like that.
Right, but they could be
be
stretching
Brainiac.
this out. They could do Brainiac first, and that'd be another reason why, like, when I was talking about, like, Superman is not going to be in the first half, if not more, of the Justice League. But then when you find out that it's Brainiac and it's a Kryptonian, it forces Superman back into action because he feels responsible for another one of his people fucking with Earth.
Can I pitch something to you?
Pitch it.
Try not to fanboy
Hit
out
me.
too hard because this is going to be fucking epic. Okay.
It's not Flashpoint Paradox that I pitched to you, is it?
Sort of, but not really.
Okay.
It's more in line with the Vision. It wasn't a dream because the Flash was fucking with time, I suppose.
Right.
Okay. So Superman has the Codex in him. They didn't mention it in this movie. So what if, because in the comics when Superman comes back to life, he's bad, and then the good Superman comes. So what if he comes back? What if that is Justice League 1? What if it's Superman comes back? Maybe like the Codex is what brings him back because it's in him, but he's not like the Superman we know. Maybe he is bad. Maybe Lois dies because I think I meant to say this on the last episode. Someone brought up that like the whole cast on your guys' beloved IMDb, Lois Lane's the only character that's not casted for both movies. What if she does die? Like, what if he comes back bad, he dies? That whole Nightmare Vision is part of Justice League 1, and then Darkseid comes in 2.
Here's my only problem with doing that first. Okay, so say you fucking...
I do think it'd be weird if it was first.
Say you get Superman back.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's not the Superman we know. And I think they should...
But I'm saying,
use the
like
Codex.
you go through that whole Dark Side, or is it Dark Side? Yeah, Dark Side and
Darkseid.
Superman. You do the whole Injustice style storyline. Yeah. They win, get Superman to be good again. No one trusts Superman ever again. Superman, like Lex Luthor won apparently because his plan worked finally.
Lex always wins.
Lex always wins. Just the final shot of Justice League 1 is Lex in prison. He goes, ha ha, and then it just ends because
all of Justice League 2 is Lex in prison.
that's my only thing. Like you had an entire movie, or at least the first half of an entire movie, built around trying to get everyone to hate Superman. Then you have him evil, fucking take over the world almost with Darkseid,
well,
and then like, no, he's cool, guys.
You know what's
he's fine.
coming at one point because that nightmare scene has to mean something. That Batman nightmare scene.
They're just gonna rinse and repeat it.
Futures.
Possible. Yeah, I mean, is it though?
How
feel
you
cheated
here's what
out.
I'm saying if they do that and the ending is Flash goes back in time and stops Lewis from dying, and then it's all fucking cool and green beans, I'll fucking riot. I will go out and light every car in the parking lot.
That's what the show
like,
does, though.
when people, I'll stand in the parking lot when someone goes to cars, like, did you see in Justice League 1? Yep, light your car on fire.
Light your car on fire.
And it's still better than
Just
the movie.
for seeing it? Just for seeing it?
Just so they would feel not as bad about seeing it.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I still think they're gonna rinse and repeat it. Next one's gonna be Brainiac, come back for the Codex, and make Bizarro.
I don't think so, man. I don't think Brainiac... I think Brainiac's cool, but with Brainiac, you fall into the same thing that happens in both Avengers movie where there's just a bunch of mindless robots to fight. Which I guess you need that for team movies. I don't know. So
Yeah, it just gives something to do.
Or I would love it. This probably won't happen, but I've been saying this for a while, way before BVS came out, because I knew that they were going to introduce Aquaman. I didn't know how little they were going to show of him, since they showed...
You saw more of him, really, than Cyborg or fucking Flash.
Yeah.
Except for the
Cyborg
whole
was
Flash
weird.
coming through
Yeah,
the
the Flash
fucking-
thing, that was cool. I always thought it'd be cool to have Aquaman as the villain. It would make you, like, respect him when the fucking terraformers and, you know, fucking Man of Steel where it's, like, destroying the ocean, if it pissed off the Atlanteans and they rose, and then you get the conflict resolved at the end of that to fight Darkseid, But Aquaman would be an awesome villain because he can stand up to Superman. You got a whole army of Atlanteans for the Justice League to fight. And then it shows people that Aquaman can be serious and awesome because he can fight Wonder Woman. And
Sure.
I still
that'd
want
be
to see
cool.
a
It won't
cyborg.
happen, but that'd be perfect.
That cyborg thing made me really interested in what they're
Yeah.
gonna do with him.
And that's
With some other
here's a second. I'm gonna do my pitch, which I've already told these guys, but this is for you guys, okay? So who do we have play Thomas Wayne in Batman vs Superman?
Negan and Maggie.
What is the gentleman's name?
The comedian.
Fuck.
No. Why can
My
we
phone's dead. I can't help you. I can't
Why
do
is my
it.
mind going blank? But yeah, I do think of him as the comedian.
He's the comedian.
Hang on.
Let's see if he can figure it out.
Thomas Wayne.
Shut up, I hate you.
So in
Whatever it is.
in Batman vs Superman, we have Jeffrey Morgan
Jeffrey D. Morgan, yes.
playing Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
Very powerful, great actor to play such a small role. Unless you wanted to make a sidebar film, something that would not end up being part of the actual line, but you get this Flash movie where Flashpoint Paradox. Because of the reverse Flash, Flash goes back in time, saves his mom from being killed, ends up never becoming the Flash. And then you have a bunch of spirals. Thomas Wayne is actually Batman because it was Bruce who dies in the alley, not his parents. It was him. But Thomas Wayne is a drunk who carries around a flask on a fucking utility belt and uses guns to kill bad guys. So essentially, Ben Affleck's Batman. Just kidding, it wasn't that. Because one of the first scenes you see him in, he literally tries to kill Harley Quinn, and then when he's done talking to her, he just throws her off a building.
Yes.
Cyborg and the whole new world, the Flash has to recreate his accident to become the Flash with Thomas Wayne's help, as he gets the drunk to believe that he's from an altered timeline where Bruce is alive, and apparently that's enough for Thomas to essentially not want to exist anymore. So he helps Flash. Some of the coolest highlights is the main conflict is Aquaman and Wonder Woman are at war, and because of that,
Which happens because Superman
isn't around.
Yeah.
Superman's not there to be kind
Because
of
the government captures him. So he's not
instead
there
of
to
crashing
unite the
in
Justice
Kansas,
League.
Superman, I don't know why this Flash affected this, but Superman crashes in the middle of a city and the government keeps him locked in a sunless room.
And no one's ever heard of him.
Where no one's even ever heard of him. So when Flash is like, "Where's Superman?" Everyone's like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" And he's weird and he can't speak very well. And he's just like,
He's just been in
"Hero,
shelter."
friends."
I love that.
He's like that dude from Mice of Men.
Yeah.
Like that's what he is essentially. He's Lemmy from Mice and Men. Lemmy's from Superman.
Yarp.
So, but you'd
Yarp.
get Thomas Wayne. You'd get
What an
Jeffrey
old classic
Morgan
role.
in a huge role in the superhero universe. Who was the mom?
Martha.
The actress.
Oh, Lauren Cohen.
You get Lauren Cohen.
Maggie. Why can't we just say Maggie?
You get Maggie from Walking Dead as a Flash image, as a Joker possibility in the altered universe, which they hint at real quickly with blood smeared on her face and her laughing hysterically, which I think she could do very well.
Yeah.
It would be pretty fucking cool. What are some other key points? Hal Jordan isn't Green Lantern, and he fucking gets killed super quick.
Yeah, he's just a pilot.
Oh, he's just a pilot who gets murdered, and I do think we should have Nathan Fillion play him just for that one role where he just because he voiced the actor in Flashpoint Paradox,
Yeah,
so why not
yeah.
give it to him?
Might as well. That would be a great
Aquaman
tribute to
floods Europe,
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
and that's like I was this popped back in my head because he was talking about Aquaman being a fucking villain.
Badass.
So, and you have this whole Wonder Woman Aquaman love story that is kind of dark and
Kind of weird
messed up.
because they have an affair.
They have an affair,
Wonder
and then
Woman
Wonder
gets
Woman
jealous and kills Aquaman's wife.
Well, I
It
know.
starts a war.
I thought Aquaman's wife confronted her.
Yeah,
and
well,
then they
confronted
kind of
her.
bicker, and then it turns in, and she fucking murders
because
Aquaman's wife.
because Wonder Woman doesn't take any shit.
Yes. Captain Cold's a good guy.
I mean,
He's a mayor,
essentially,
he's the
all
mayor,
of the
ain't he?
villains are good guys because they're
No,
just
he's a
humans
hero.
because they're just
Yeah.
trying to survive.
Oh, I was thinking of the Flash episode. The alternate world. He was the mayor.
But it would be really cool, and
So is that
it
a
all-
solo Flash movie? Or
Yes.
is that your thing for
well,
Justice League?
no, not Justice League. It
Okay.
shouldn't be Justice League.
Flashpoint Paradox.
Because the whole thing about me like saying Flash goes back in time and fixes everything, that would be Flashpoint Paradox.
That would be cool to do a Flash movie because obviously
Right.
you don't need an
Well,
origin story.
you would have to get Aquaman. It'd almost be a Justice League movie. The only person you wouldn't have Bruce Wayne or You wouldn't have Batman. That's it, because Batman's dead in this altered timeline. But it'd be cool, right?
It would be.
I think that
Instead,
would be.
you have Thomas Wayne killing people while drunk.
I do think the reason that they cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan in the movie is just because him and Snyder.
Right, I know,
Okay.
and I know it's not.
But he is a
I'm
waste-
just putting
yeah.
it out there because it's something that would be really cool.
That would be really
would
cool.
be.
On top of that,
That would be like Marvel's version of the fucking Infinity War, like something that it's building to.
Yeah.
That'd be epic. Because I don't know where you go after Darkseid. Like Flashpoint would be where you go after Darkseid.
yes. Well,
Because you don't go back to like Brainiac or you don't go back to like Two-Face or something after
Right.
Darkseid.
so I think that'd be cool. You get to see the Flash light himself
That'd
on
be good.
fire.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
So real quick jump before we tie it up. So the major rumor for The Walking Dead is that Eugene is dead. Eugene is the one killed by the bat.
Is it?
There's something
They're
I
saying.
missed because when Negan says feed the eye, cut the kid's eye out and feed it. I thought he made a much bigger gesture to the right. He really doesn't. He just more or less looks there and looks back as though he's just talking.
Yeah.
But one of the last scenes you see before he kills the person is he moves past Rick and the shadow goes to the left, which will leave it to the left-hand side. So let me walk through this real quick.
Well,
So on the left-hand side, in the comics, Negan won't kill African Americans because he doesn't want to be called racist.
he said the
And-
same thing about Glenn, though.
Right,
but then he does it.
Well, yes.
Because
Oh, in the comic,
because
yes.
he's racist.
But he also is really like protective of women, which is a weird element of Negan's character in the comic
Yeah.
book. So if you take that out, and he's not going to kill Carl because he says cut out the kid's eye, all right?
And feed to
So
his
it
dad, so you know
really-
Rick's out.
So it really narrows it
You knew
down.
both of them were safe, though, no matter what.
Right. Well, it really narrows it down to Eugene. If he isn't going to kill an African American, but even here's and that's minor because obviously they can change whatever the hell they want. They've already changed.
Well,
a
they
lot of
do
shit.
because
Hold on.
the producers have said that they have no, like, when they wrote it, they didn't know. Like, they don't know who they're going to kill yet.
That's bullshit, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I don't think I believe it, but I think that was
Here's
stupid for them
why.
to say that in
What
an
did
interview.
Eugene? What is always happened to big characters who die? They have a
Character
bu-
development.
They have a huge character development arc right before they die.
Yes.
And Eugene, what has he been doing? Becoming a
Growing.
fucking survivor.
Oh, and they pretty much
then-
said goodbye to him.
Right. He
Yeah.
already said his goodbye to all the characters, and he was already going on a suicide mission. His death is wrapped up in a neat little bow.
I'll
And
feel
it
cheated
feels-
if it's him, though. I still feel it should be
No,
Glenn or Daryl.
because out of all the people I like,
I know.
he's least.
Well, I
So-
like everybody. I'm not gonna lie about
So-
it. I don't want any of them to die. I like Aaron. I like Sasha a lot. I like
Our-
Michonne. I like everybody.
Our verses in it way early, and we went on for another 20 minutes, but I think it came down to
did.
Aquaman beating Thor.
I would say so.
It's 2v1.
I'm
Hold
on.
on.
I'm
Hold on.
I'm
Brad
gonna
too.
go Thor.
Tiebreaker. Brad 2.
Women aren't allowed to
See?
speak.
Aquaman.
Oh,
Aquaman wins. You heard it straight from the mouths of Brad 2. That's going to wrap up this episode. Hopefully, Brad 1 will never be seen again. I mean, please tell us if you find him.
Yeah.
I have been Dylan.
I'm David.
I'm Mike.
It could also be
Thank you guys for
Abraham.
watching Media Addicts. That's it.